They support us so we can support you. Hear about conscious businesses that provide goods and services to our community. Through one another, we uplift and support for the greater good. Let's give a hand to our goodwill partners.
Welcome back to Awaken Atlanta, guys. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday. We are live. Shannon, just to listen to or see Shannon is a good thing. And listen live.
You never know what you're gonna get, aka a boob popping out on live freaking TV and radio.
Go back and watch
Only
that.
me,
You'll
man.
see her boobs.
Only
okay,
me.
go back. So, guys, we have Lillian McDermott, radio personality, coming on now, and she has an incredible organization, or at least a group that you guys need to get involved in called I Am 99. And without further ado, here she is. Welcome, Lily.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys? Great. It's so nice to see Judy Mikovits making the rounds. She's going to be in my classroom tomorrow.
No kidding.
At noon. Yes, noon Eastern time.
What are you doing,
Is
Lily?
this your classroom behind you?
Lily, what are you
This
doing?
is my classroom.
Yay!
What are you doing? You're looking younger. What are you doing?
I had my implants removed.
Really?
Amen. Good for you.
It's amazing how you feel so good when those implants aren't in you.
Wow,
anyway,
fantastic.
that's another conversation. As you know,
I know we're running a little light on time, so I want to get as much in as possible.
Yes.
Tell us about I Am 99. What is this?
So I Am 99. As you know, I'm about solutions, and
Yes.
the classroom is about being the solution. And so one morning I woke up after just looking at all the science. I used to say you can't argue facts, but now you can, because the facts, the science is being guided.
Suppressed.
It's being suppressed, but not only that, the testing that you see is destined to fail. It's being so anyway, I woke up and I'm like, how can the 1% of the 1% control the 99%?
Yes.
Because we hear and obey. It's like that scene from Jungle Book with Kaa the snake, trust in me, you know, with the
Yeah.
trust in.
Yes.
And so that was my thought one morning. And then I thought, okay, well, we're 99%, but from the beginning of time, we were divided with Jewish and Christian, and then blacks, whites, now
Right.
yellow,
Straight,
green,
gay.
orange, blue, straight, gay. And every time you go from 99 to 49 or to half of that 25, and you just keep breaking it down until next thing you know, that 25% turns into 12, 6, 3, 1. And now we are doing all the fighting for the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
And so they don't have to do a thing.
I
All they
know
have
it.
to do is control and manipulate us with the media. They control and manipulate us with drugs, with video games, with all of those things that actually, when you start seeing it on, let's not forget Hollywood. When you start watching movies like Pandemic, you start watching all these things.
Contagion. Yes.
Contagion. All of a sudden, we're the characters.
Yes.
We're the characters in the movie, and we're living it out.
The Truman
because
Show.
we've been
Yeah.
conditioned. The Truman Show. We talked about that. The Truman Show. I watched the Truman Show again because he caught on to the patterns.
Right.
And once you catch on to the pattern, you cannot ignore truth.
Yeah, that's true.
So I Am 99 is unlike any group that's out there. You can find us on Facebook, I Am 99. But what we're going to do is we're going to create part of this one. The First Amendment is peaceful. It's peaceful. You can free speech, peaceful gatherings, peaceful assembly. And those are the things we want to focus on. Now you can't peacefully assemble without a paid actor rioting behind you and shooting people. So and making us look bad. So we're doing this in a controlled setting. Go to I Am 99 on Facebook. You can, if you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, which is my website, you can probably find it there as well. So we're looking at things that are proactive. Like, for example, I don't know if you've ever heard of Ho'oponopono. That is one of the things we're doing. Ho'oponopono at 5 o'clock, wherever you're out, 5 o'clock somewhere. We're going to be doing Ho'oponopono for our leaders, for the anger and hate. So that's one of the action plans, call to action. And the second call to action is we're going to be starting a Bible study with Dr. Lorraine Day. And I don't know if you guys know who Dr. Lorraine Day is. She's going to be guiding us in the Book of Revelation. It's called New Truth Series, Book of Revelation. It's a 12-week program. And if they go to whenyouneedafriend.com, they can learn more about that. But that's how it started.
So this seems, Lily, this is brilliant, number one, because you're right. 99% is being controlled by the 1% of the 1% and by division, divide and conquer, they call it, right? So,
and then we're fighting.
And we're fighting each other. Like, my anger is up since, I mean, I may not be fear, but I never was in reference to all this pandemic, but my anger is up because every day I go out, I see my freedoms being eroded. Freedom to me is critical.
And you see people you love.
I see people I love. My family's getting divided over this disinformation and division. It's not just a Democrat Republican anymore. It is families being divided. So your concept is you actually are reconnecting people on a common goal that they can agree on, right? And you don't talk about politics. You don't talk about whatever. Well, okay.
Doesn't matter what you believe. Doesn't matter what you believe. I think we all have a root. And that's what whenyouneedafriend.com is about, is finding commonality. If commonality for us is we want our freedom, and your freedom may look differently than my freedom, but we want freedom. It's just like one time I was interviewing an atheist and I was trying to find what we had in common. And we found that we had love in common.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, we have love in common. If you start looking for what you have in common, can you imagine what we could do together?
Yeah.
At 99%. So when people come and join our group, they want to talk about mask or unmasking, or even though I have a lung condition, I haven't worn a mask, I have a letter, and I've done videos on it. If somebody wants to wear a mask, that's fine with them. But that's not what the group is about. The group is about how to source peace with one another, how to bring that creator's peace within us. And so we're going to be doing things like, for those of you who don't know what Ho'oponopono is, it's a wonderful healing prayer with 4 statements. The first statement is, I'm sorry. The second statement is, please forgive me. The third statement is, I love you. And the fourth statement is, thank you. And those are the statements that are heart tenderizers, that even if you feel that you're not a part of it, by saying, I'm sorry that this is happening, it makes you at that same level. And so I want to encourage people to go to I Am 99, just so that we can start looking at how can we join again, because the mind control, the division is blatant at this point.
Right. So I think it's important that you even do that over yourself. Dr. Michelle Schrader, who's recall therapy, has taught me to do it over myself, and it's helping me tremendously. Now I have a question, because you were talking about the 1%. Do you think we're in some sort of spiritual warfare, and that 1%, there's like a Luciferian agenda, or do you think that the 1% is the elite? What do you think the 1% is?
Shannon, boom, God.
Well, I do believe this is a battle of good versus evil. I really do believe, because if you think about COVID-19 and you think about all the people who have died, the majority of them have died because of ventilators. They have died because of comorbidities. And you think about the food industry. I was just at Costco and Walmart, and you see all these people in their little trolleys. They can't even walk. They're wearing masks they're smoking and wearing a mask. These are things that don't make sense, but yet they're pouring sugar and processed foods and all these things. And we're not looking at what is the solution. I am the solution. The solution is, let's get healthy. Let's do love above everything else. So the 1% of the 1%, it's population control. Call it good versus evil. That's why I'm looking forward to doing the Book of Revelation Bible study with Dr. Lorraine Day, because that is what God says about the end of times, whether you believe, and it's not going to be a religious thing. This is going to be looking at, at how the 1%, how God was written or inspired the Book of Revelation. So it's not going to be about religion.
So it's like theology type?
It's actually the Book of Revelation, and talking to Dr. Lorraine Day, is about symbolisms and messages. And so let's look at the messages to be ready. But in there, it talks about the battle that was won already of good and evil. And so I was feeling very devastated, just disempowered by everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so after I spoke with her, she came on to the classroom. We were talking about a day in the life of Dr. Day. And really, it turned out to be, because after the class, we do like the teacher's pet corner.
Right.
And she started talking about, this Bible, the book of Revelation. And that's when we decided that we were going to do this together.
I think that's fantastic.
One of the things that, I left that class feeling is, oh my gosh, good wins. God wins.
Yes.
We have forgotten that.
Yes.
And that's what all this fighting is about being right. But if we know what the plan is, we've got the playbook. Mm-hmm. And let's see what it's all about. So I'm hoping that we're on August 3rd, which is on Monday. Early registration begins, which is a substantial discount. But then after that, after August 10th, it's going to be $60 to join. It's a 12-week study. You get everything that you need. Plus, you get to spend time with Dr. Lillian Day.
Right. So wonderful, Lily. So I am 99. Is it iam99.com? Where do people?
No. If you go to Facebook,
okay.
It's if you search I am 99. Now there might be another one called I'm the 99%, but that's not us. It's all bold, no little letter I am. It's all bold because we need to stand up, be bold, be brave. I love Judy's explanation about coming in packs and working together.
Wolf packs, I call it. Yeah.
But we need to be peaceful and loving about this because then we'll be no different than evil that's because we're pointing the finger at evil and we're becoming evil too.
Yes.
I noticed even I'll snap more so and my biggest thing is the whole people pleasing thing. And I think there's a lot of people out there just like me where we are feeling shamed because of our decisions and then we snap because we just don't know what to do anymore. You're just leave me alone. So how do you encourage people just to have that balance?
Well, first of all, this is all psychological warfare. This is psychological and spiritual warfare. And so what happens is what they're creating is something called oh dearism. You hear the opposite. We're both fighting for the same thing.
Right.
We're both fighting because we want to be right. And what the information that we have, both of us are right.
Yeah.
So how do we find commonality in this rightness instead of saying you're wrong, I'm right? Why can't we create win-win? So as a certified life coach, what I'm seeing in the world is, that we're fighting to be right, not necessarily to be love.
Yeah.
To be loving.
Beautiful.
And so what I want to encourage with I am 99 is that we look beyond all the, you're this, you're that. Ho'oponopono. I've been doing Ho'oponopono on everything.
Good.
Because we're being attacked.
Again, that's I am love.
No, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Forgive me.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you. I used to say thank you first and I love you fourth. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think what's important is that those 4 statements tenderize us so that you can say, remember, the final words of God on the cross, Jesus, was forgive them for they don't know what they do.
Yes.
And we have got to take that mind.
We sure don't. If you look at the world today, he hit it on the nose back then. I'll tell you what, because we have no idea what the hell we're doing today. I'll tell you that.
It reminds me also of because people were talking about the serpent, maybe this virus is like the serpent, these people, the 1% are the serpent, but what does God say? Our heels are bruised because we crush it. So we got to remember that we have so much power as long as we go with love and unity and grace for God.
Lily, you are so beautiful.
Yes,
I love your program. Everybody go to Facebook, I am 99. Real quick.
I'm going to be in the classroom with you.
Look at our classroom. There you go.
Come on in.
And so, Lily, how can people just reach you not personally, but reach you in your organization?
What's your address,
What's your phone
Lily?
number?
Oh, let me give you my phone numbers.
Actually,
I will give you my phone number, 407-373-5959. That is my phone number for the radio show and the classroom. And also, you can email me at lily@whenyounneedafriend.com. But you can always find me at whenyouneedafriend.com. And nowadays, we don't have a good friend to turn to.
No.
Please come to
My
the class.
family
Lily,
abandoned
you're
me. My friends
beautiful.
abandoned me,
You
Lily.
are
I have
so
no
beautiful.
friends anymore. Nobody likes me.
I
Listen,
like
listen.
Do you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim,
And I will.
I love
Sorry.
that hat, by the way. You're rocking the hat.
Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh my God, I just
Thank you,
threw
ma'am.
up.
Guys, we get back from a
All
recap.
right.
So much to talk about. What a crazy show.
Quick
Definitely
break.
go back.
It's going to be 30 seconds, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Be right back.